The dazzling history of gold grills, from ancient civilizations to hip-hop culture. Add the whole top diamond and the bottom rose gold. That line might evoke images of Nelly's famous Grillz music video, or perhaps make you think of your favorite celebrity showing off a sparkling gold cap on Instagram. You've likely seen gold or diamond-studded teeth everywhere, from red carpets and runways to rap videos and sporting events. But behind today's shining smiles lies a rich history spanning thousands of years in multiple continents, connecting everyone from ancient Etruscan women to Mayan royalty, from Jamaican immigrants in New York to modern-day pop stars. Ancient civilizations, the earliest Grillz. Long before bling culture and flashy hip-hop videos, humans across the globe were experimenting with decorating their teeth. Despite a pervasive myth, most historians and archaeologists agree that the ancient Egyptians were not the originators of grills. Instead, the earliest known use of precious metals for tooth adornment can be traced to the Etruscans in what is now Italy. Around the 7th century BC, wealthy Etruscan women had gold wiring fused to their front teeth, sometimes even removing real teeth to make space. Back then, it wasn't a dentist, but a goldsmith who carried out this elaborate dental work. Anthropologist Marshall Joseph Becker's study documented approximately 20 sets of teeth with delicate golden bands or wiring. For these high-status Etruscan women, wearing gold in their mouths signified wealth, freedom, and a certain cultural prominence. Meanwhile, in Mesoamerica, the Mayan civilization, active roughly from 300 to 900 AD, also had a long-standing tradition of adorning teeth. Mayan rulers drilled small holes in their incisors and inset jade, a gemstone symbolic of plant growth, agriculture, and communal well-being. For Mayan elites, showing off jade in their smiles was more than vanity. It was a promise of prosperity and nourishment to the people they ruled. Even one tier below the elite, professionals couldn't afford jade, but often filed their teeth into distinctive shapes to beautify their smiles. Moving farther around the globe, researchers also found that Filipino communities around 1300 AD adorned their teeth with gold pegs or gold plates called chakang. Similar to the Mayans, the elite's gold teeth signified status and power, and if you head north to Scandinavia, the Vikings around 900 AD carved ridges or filed their front teeth, sometimes darkening these ridges with charcoal for a striking unified appearance within their warrior societies. Although all these cultures loved to sparkle, their tooth adornment practices generally faded once new leaders or colonial forces arrived. The Romans ridiculed Etruscan gold-bonded teeth, the Spanish halted Mayan and Filipino practices, and mainstream Eurocentric views eventually suppressed tooth modifications in many regions, at least for a while. Crossing oceans and time. Gold teeth in the modern world. Fast forward to more recent centuries, and gold teeth never fully disappeared. In some parts of the Caribbean, like Jamaica or other West Indian islands, gold dental work was used for functional reasons and as a marker of status. When Jamaican and other Caribbean immigrants moved to places like Brooklyn in the 1970s, they brought along their gold caps, making them increasingly visible in neighborhoods like Bed-Stuy. Vietnam offered a similar story. Some older generations wore gold teeth for durability. Yet, as younger Vietnamese moved elsewhere, including to the US, gold teeth transformed from a purely practical dental solution into something that could be played up as a fashion statement. The hip-hop connection, from gold fronts to all-out grills. By the late 1970s and 1980s, the idea of gold fronts truly took off in the US, particularly in New York City. Local influencers, from immigrant communities to up-and-coming rappers, began rocking gold caps not just for necessity but for flair. Icons like Slick Rick, Big Daddy Kane, and Cool G Rap turned heads with their glimmering smiles. Atlanta rappers Kilo Ali and Raheem the Dream also became known for sporting fronts. Yet it wasn't until people like Eddie, mouthful of gold's plain, stepped into the scene that grills became a widespread subculture. Originally from Suriname, studied dental techniques and began customizing gold fronts in New York pawn shops. When rappers like Just Ice purchased from him, demand skyrocketed. Later, Pleen relocated to Atlanta, another major hub of hip-hop, and sold grills to names like Outkast and Ludacris. Meanwhile, in Houston, a parallel grill movement sprouted. Jewelers in Oakland and a Vietnamese-born jeweler named Johnny Dang started crafting extravagant mouthpieces for local rappers. By the 1990s, figures such as Flava Flav ramped up the extravagance, wearing loud, in-your-face gold fronts that scream self-expression. For many in hip-hop, Grillz were a visual symbol of bragging rights, flossing, literally and figuratively. Hitting the mainstream, 2000s and beyond. In the early 2000s, Grillz really went global. Houston rapper Paul Wall joined forces with Johnny Dang, and the two built a grill empire, Johnny Dang & Co., servicing top-tier rappers and expanding the trend to the next level of flashy. The 2005 chart-topping hit Grillz by Nelly, featuring Paul Wall, became an anthem, blasting images of custom mouthpieces straight into mainstream pop culture. Johnny Dang himself appeared in the music video, fueling what Paul Wall calls a million% rise in demand practically overnight. Before long, it wasn't just hip-hop stars wearing Grillz. Athletes, pop singers, and actors started sporting custom mouthpieces. Artists like Katy Perry, Justin Bieber, Madonna, and Miley Cyrus flaunted diamond-studded smiles online and at award shows. Even high-fashion runways and magazines, like Vogue, showcased models with Grillz. Suddenly, this once subversive practice was front and center, commanding top dollar from clients eager to show off diamond-encrusted or intricately edged designs. Cultural reclamation and self-expression. While celebrities and social media powerhouses helped push Grillz into the global spotlight, for many, these bejeweled teeth remain an expression of heritage, identity, and pride. Today, Black and brown communities, who often face mockery from mainstream audiences for wearing gold teeth, celebrate Grillz as a symbol of resilience and authentic street culture. People who grew up seeing their parents or grandparents with gold caps now wear them as a testament to cultural roots. There's also a trend toward more art-forward grill designs. Instead of the flashy diamond cuts we might associate with the early 2000s, we're seeing raw gemstones, enamel paintings, and color-focused motifs. Designers like Dolly Cohen and Helen with the Gold Teeth craft innovative and often understated pieces with subtle silhouettes and sculptures. And it's not just men in hip-hop commanding the scene. Women like Rihanna, Beyoncé, and models like Bella Hadid are redefining grill aesthetics with elegance and undeniable chic. The future of Grillz. What's next for Grillz? Will they cement themselves as a high-fashion staple or remain an edgy accessory that resurfaces in waves? While that's anybody's guess, the current moment suggests Grillz won't fade anytime soon. Celebrities post new custom sets on TikTok and Instagram daily. Runway shows continue to incorporate statement-making mouth jewelry, and up-and-coming creatives keep experimenting with fresh designs that blend centuries-old techniques with 21st century aesthetics. At the core of this centuries-spanning saga is a universal human inclination to stand out, express status, and redefine beauty.